What's up, everybody? Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, back with another Daily Deck video and another viewer request. And today we have a fun one. I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so I love whenever I get these Lord of the Rings viewer requests in. We had Gimli yesterday, and we have Gandalf today. But before we get into it, if you like my deck techs, or the budget deck techs, or my discussion content and other budget content, feel free to subscribe. You don't have to, only if you feel I've earned it. And yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it, shall we? So Gandalf, Friend of the Shire, is the subject of today's deck tech. He's a 2/4 for 4 with some sweet art with this other border. I know a lot of people didn't like this border, but I actually really like this border. He has flash, and you may cast sorcery spells as though they had flash, so that's the big draw for him. And whenever the ring tempts you, if you choose a creature other than Gandalf, you draw a card. That one's going to be a little less relevant because the ring tempts you is kind of a narrow mechanic in mono blue, but he is in here nonetheless. So we're going to try to draw a bunch of cards, play a bunch of sorcery spells, and then we're going to try to win through a couple odd means. So first and foremost, we have ourselves Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. He says if you draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead. Okay. And then target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard, and then you draw a card. Okay. And draw 7 cards. If your library has no cards in it, you win the game. So he's actually one of our win conditions because we do have a way to generate infinite mana in this deck, a very old classic way to generate infinite mana in this deck. And then an X spell to draw us our entire deck at instant speed because of the Gandalf's ability to cast sorceries as flash and win us the game. For our creatures, we are only running 16. It's a mono blue deck. We have some low to the ground, some high creatures. We'll see what we got here. We've got Archmage Emeritus. He has Magecraft, and whenever you which is whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, you get an effect. And this effect is you get to draw a card. So we're going to be casting lots of little dorky spells anyway, so we may as well get some more value off of them. Archmage of Runes. Instant sorceries cost 1 less, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you draw a card. We have Azami. Tap an untapped wizard you control to draw a card. Well, you know, Gandalf's a wizard. We've got Archmage Emeritus. We got Archmage of Runes. Azami is a classic commander card. I used to have her as a commander back in the day. I absolutely love this card. I love the art on her. I have a playmat that has her art on it. It's fantastic. We have Gale, Waterdeep Prodigy, and apparently the cheapest version is this weird cruddy etched foil. I'm not a foil enjoyer, and these etched foils often just look grainy, like they're through some like. You ever seen old footage from like Chernobyl where the cameras are going and it gets all fuzzy because of radiation? That's what this reminds me of. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, you may cast up to 1 target card of the other type from your graveyard. If a spell from your graveyard would be cast this way, or would be put into the graveyard, exile instead, and then you choose background if he's your commander. We have Geyser Drake flying, and as long as it's not your turn, spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, so that's pretty easy right there. And it's a 3/3 blocker. We have Mocking Sprite, instant sorceries cost 1 less. Murmuring Mystic, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a burb illusion token with flying. Nadir Kraken, whenever you draw a card, you pay 1. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on Nadir Kraken and create a blue tentacle creature token. Fun fact for you, I absolutely love this card. I love everything about this card. And I know it's not the highest power card in the world, but sometimes cards are fun and not just powerful. And this card actually isn't the worst card in the world. It generates a lot of blockers for you, and its main body gets pretty tall. And if you have some mana available on turns where you don't really need it, you can sink a little bit of mana into tentacles. All right, we got Palinchron in the deck. Palinchron's how we generate infinite mana. So we have Palinchron, and then I'll scroll down here to instance. High Tide. So High Tide is until end of turn, all islands produce an additional blue untapped for mana. Palinchron costs 7, you play him, and when he comes into play, you untap 7 lands. Well, you've played High Tide, so you tapped for 14, and now you have 7 available, and that's if you only have 7 lands. Then You use 4 of the 7 remaining, net positive 3, to return Palinchron to your hand, then tap all of your lands, and that nets you 3 every single time, and you can generate infinite mana. Ta-da! It is an old combo. It's a combo that's been around in Magic for a long time. As long as I've been playing EDH, I've seen the Palinchron infinite mana combo. We have Silver Myr. He's a mana dork, and his art is pretty cool. We have Talrend, Sky Summoner. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you get to create a 2/2 blue Drake with flying. This is pretty good, along with Murmuring Mystic, at creating a whole bunch of nice little blockers. 2/2 is nothing to bulk at for a body, and them having flying means that some evasion isn't going to get around you. We have Teferi, Mage of Zhalfir. Flash and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield have flash, and each opponent can cast spells only anytime they could cast a sorcery. This card's very hated, and a lot of people consider it a stacks piece. I do not consider it a stacks piece because it is a creature. Play a Doomblade. We have Thunderclap Drake. He's a 2/1 for 2. Flying instant sorceries cost 1 less, and you can sack it. And when you next cast an instant or sorcery, you can copy it for each time you cast your commander from the command zone this game. You may choose new targets for the copy. So if they killed your Gandalf a whole bunch, this gets even better. We have Triskaidekaphile. You have no maximum hand size. In the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game. This is one of our other win cons here, since we are able to draw cards. And we have Labman. If you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game. So if you have Teferi out there, you can play this at instant speed. People can't interact with it, and then you can draw what's left of your deck and win the game. Wavebreaker Hippocamp. And the reason I have these win cons to be like 3 or 4 cards is because we're not aiming for a bracket 4 deck here. And in bracket 3, if you want to have a combo that wins the game via infinites, it should have multiple pieces to assemble. So we have Palinchron, High Tide, our draw spell, and then any one of these other ones, right? 4 cards. That should be well enough telegraphed that you can win that way. We have Wavebreak Hippocamp. Whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, you draw a card. Sorceries. We got 16 of them, which we could probably go a little bit more dense, but I wanted to balance out, because if people do remove your Gandalf, these are just like cards that you can only cast during your turn, and that's no fun. So we have Birthday Escape, draw a card. The ring tempts you, so this does have a little bit of ring temps in there for us. We have Bribery, so search target opponent's library for a creature card and put it onto the battlefield under your control. Then that player shuffles. There was a time where I was playing with one of my friends, and they play Opposition Agent in the deck, and I briberied. I was playing Leyline of Anticipation, so I could play my stuff as though it had flash, and I played Bribery at instant speed after casting my own Opposition Agent. This was a higher power game, and took the Opposition Agent from my opponent, so that way, or out of my opponent's deck, so they couldn't do it either. It was very fun. We have Call to Mind, return target instant sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. We have Concentrate, draw 3 cards. We have Curse of the Swine. This is an excellent card, X spell that we can play then at instant speed with Gandalf, which is exile X target creatures. For each creature exiled this way, its controller creates a 2/2 pig. We have Flood of Recollection. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile it. This is pretty sweet, especially since we'll be able to cast it at instant speed. Mind Spring. Here's one of our big draw spells. Draw X cards. This is our other piece of our combo, right? We're going to do this to draw a bunch of cards. We have Mist of Lorien. You can replicate it. Return target non-land permanent and each other non-land permanent with the same mana value as that permanent to its owner's hand. This card's really good. Ponder, Preordain. Normally, I don't run these a whole lot in Commander, but playing them at instant speed makes them so much better. River's Rebuke. Return all non-land permanents target player controls to their owner's hand. This is pretty solid when we get to play it at instant speed. We have Show and Tell. So we can, put something of ours in. We also have the ability to, blink other people's stuff to their hands. We have Sleep. tap all creatures target player controls. Those creatures don't untap. We have Subjugate the Hobbits. Gain control of each non-commander creature of mana value 3 or less. This is increasingly getting better and better despite being a 7 cost, because Wizards keeps printing creatures with better and better abilities at lower and lower stuff. So, you know, overall, pretty good. We have ourselves Treasure Cruise. Delve, draw 3 cards. We have Windfall. Everybody draws 7. What's... Alright. Sorry. I didn't even realize that my camera was busted because I had something over my OBS. But hopefully this didn't turn out terribly. We have Aether Spouts in here. Return attacking creatures. We do have a lot of counter magic in here. We have Arcane Denial. We have Negate. We have Foil. Wizard's Retort, Counterspell, Rewind, Saruman's Trickery, Glorious Gale is in here. We have Unwind, right? So quite a few in here. We have High Tide for our combo, like I already discussed. We have Quick Study to draw 2 cards. Archmage's Charm can counter a spell, draw cards, gain control of something. We have Soothing of Smeagol, return target non-token creature to its owner's hand, and the ring tempts you. We have ourselves Arcane Signet, Felwar Stone, Soul Ring. Those are mostly in here to help us with our bigger spells. We are running the 1 ring in this deck because it is a Lord of the Rings deck and it actually helps with this. Midnight Clock, so if enough things go to our graveyard, we can get stuff back. Waterbending Scroll and Insight Engine, which are both efficient draw engines. The Magic Beer, because I have a soft spot in my heart for this card. I know it's not the best, but I have a soft spot. Mind Splice Apparatus Flash at the beginning of your upkeep. Put an oil counter on it. Instant sorceries you cast cost 1 less for each oil counter. I love this card a lot. Isokran Scepter. Put one of your instants on there. High Tide. And then enchantments. We have Ominous Seas. You put a counter on it every time you draw a card. If you have 8 counters on them, you can remove. To create a Kraken, we have Omniscience, Storm of Saruman, which lets you copy the second spell you cast each turn. Plus it has Ward 3, which is really weird. Shark Typhoon, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get an XX blue shark, where X is converted mana cost. Swarm Intelligence, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you might copy the spell, choose new targets. And then we have 32 Islands, a Reliquary Tower, and Mystic Sanctuary, Rivendell. All right, now let's give the playtesting a chance, shall we? So let's see what our opening hand is. Let's zoom out one. There we are. Looks like we have 3 islands, a soul ring. Hell yeah, brother. Fun fact for you. 1 time on spell table. Like, I've only ever gotten soul ring turn 1 time on spell table. And one other guy in the game did. And a guy immediately accused everyone, not even just like those of us who had turn 1 soul ring, but everyone in the game of cheating before turn 1 even resolved or like finished. And he left the game. It's pretty interesting. But we're going to draw for our turn, shall we? We're going to go Island. And we're obviously going to go Soul Ring. Next turn, we're going to go Island. And we are going to drop Gandalf. Look at that. 2/4 little guy. Next turn, we're going to drop an Island. This is pretty solid, pretty solid. We have some counter magic here. We are going to pass our turn. And you know what? We have counter magic already available to us. We're going to say nobody casts anything too crazy, but what we're going to do here is we're going to cast Archmage's Charm to draw us 2 cards, and then our turn. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in hand. Not bad. Come on. Maybe we'll draw into one of our gas. So we have Triskaidekaphile, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are able to delve. So we're going to wait till the opponent's turn. So end turn, moves around. We're going to exile this to delve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Next turn. All right, we have an island. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 cards in hand. Well, we can go down and we can drop this Waterbending Scroll to go down to 8. And honestly, we'll just pitch this at end of turn. We'll say that we've had to foil by discarding an island. We'll say we have to foil during the opponent's turn. So we'll actually just pay. We'll pay the foil cost there. All right. And yeah. During the opponent's turn, I'm going to... We have 6 in here. So this is going to draw a card because Waterbending Scroll says it costs 1 less for the activated ability for each island you control. We have 6 islands. Next turn, we draw. We have an island. We're just going to keep drawing cards is what we're going to do. We pass our turn. We're going to say we have to rewind something. We are going to quick study, draw 2, Waterbending Scroll, draw a card. And then we start our next turn. Go there. We're going to play this. This is a slower control deck. Obviously lower power. We didn't get like things like Omniscience or anything right off the bat to benefit off this. Be very careful about when you play Show and Tell. Yeah. During their turn, we draw. We have a midnight clock. We may as well preordain during. So these are our top 2 cards. I'm going to keep Omniscience on top. And we're going to move to the bottom of our library. And this to the top of our library. Next turn, look, we drew Omniscience. Now, we don't get a super ton of value off of our Omniscience here, so we're going to draw. All right, we got Gale of Waterdeep. We may as well, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We could just play it the hard way and not have to worry about Show and Tell. But you know what? We'll be greedy. We'll play our Show and Tell. 1, 2, 3. So we have Omniscience. We're going to play Midnight Clock for free. We're going to play Gale of Waterdeep for free. We still have a counter spell in our hand. And then we move to our next turn. Aether Spouts, pretty simple. Yeah. I know this one's kind of a slower build after the explosive, but that's mono blue control for you, right? In this new hand here, we've got counter magic up the wazoo. In this one here, more counter magic and stuff. The plan here is to slow grind to our victory. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you want to see your commander made into a deck tech, drop it in the comments or fill out the Google form in the description. But as always, I'm Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.